すがは仮にも影の名を背負う忍びたちだ。ならば内浜田らも全力で答えよう。おかげの名の全てが無駄になることも。
Good afternoon, everybody. We are doing another round at the Raptors. I am the EQ Bard. And we are currently at 53. And assuming that all goes well here, we should be digging 54 on this. And a good chunk more to see what the experience is going to look like in 54. Right now we're getting 9 to 10% per swarm. Swarms are taking about 10 minutes with a 12-minute repop time. So we're getting just under 3 swarms an hour at our current rate. So 30% an hour at our current rate, approximately. We did have one unfortunate incident of letting a raptor get too close. Did not get that one on camera, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. But for those of you who watched my greased up leveling videos, this is going to be very familiar. For those who haven't gone through the archives yet, this is the Raptor Island in Timorous Deep. There are 13 raptors that spawn on the island, so a little bit less than a max pull for a Bard Swarm, but they are good experience through or 260. They're decent experience, I should say. I am sure there are better experience locations that will take you to 60 faster. I really wish I could go do City of Mist. I think that I'd be able to get a lot of levels faster with that. However, it did have its downsides in that you pulled a lot of creatures with that, and there was a lot of people who got killed due to being too close to the proximity of the swarm. Basically, what would happen for City of Mist is folks would go up to the very top level, aggro something at the far end. If you haven't been to City of Mist, there's a giant invisible walkway, and basically stuff would come running down the walkway from the very far end, come running through the castle portion of the zone, and you'd get 30 or 40 ghosts and golems and skeletons come running out of that castle door by the moat, pick up everything in the moat, and folks would typically run that around the arena, which means that if folks were in the moat area, they had a potential for getting aggro. If folks were in the arena area, they had potential for getting aggro. If folks were working on one of the upper levels, they had the potential for getting aggro. And unfortunately, part of that pull typically included a Reaver, which the Bard wasn't concerned with because Reavers are 100% magic resistant, meaning that all the Bard spells just bounced off of it and never damaged. And as a result of that, the Bard would never get into summoning, would never be able to summon it. But the Bard would have to figure out a way to get rid of the Reaver at the end of their pull. And what most Bards would typically do is run it back to the moat area and then run for the door as quickly as possible. But once again, that's training a very powerful, very high-level mob through the zone, potentially aggroing people in the moat area. If the Bard died, anything that those mobs aggroed on the way down would pretty much get immediately creamed. So it's definitely a high risk, high reward situation. And the GMs of the server decided to officially outlaw swarming in dungeons. Due to the complaints. The dungeons that bards most often would be swarming would be City of Mist and Velks. What I've seen is bards would pick up mobs from the highest level of Velks and bring them down to the entrance and swarm them around the entrance. I'm still seeing that happen. At least the last time I was there, except that the bards were being part of the entrance group. And that tends to get at least less attention from the GMs. I don't know if it's still totally legal, but it does still happen. And the problem with Velks is it causes a lot of mobs to bug out. And there are a lot of different camps between that very top level and the front entrance. And I know when I was working there on my monk, I had a couple bards drop stuff on me, or that bugged out on me. Thankfully with the monk, I've got the Feigned Death ability, but it's still not a good time there. All right. So we are about 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes into the swarm. I'm talking, and inevitably when I talk, I don't do damage as efficiently as I do when I'm just sitting here and swarming. I do have a Twitch stream that I keep up, and typically when I'm not recording something for the YouTube channel, the Twitch stream's going still. And I'm far more efficient when I'm not chatting. Alright, there's one down. 12 to go. Alright. I'm looking for that ding. I want to see that ding. See if I get skill ups on my stringed weapons after the ding. There we go. Ding 54. 54 is a hell level, which means it takes twice as much experience as a normal level would. EQ's leveling, experience progression. It takes so much, just like any RPG. The next level takes more experience than the previous level, whether it's double or just on a factor of 20% more or whatever. But the hell levels, 54, 59, take twice as much. And I believe all the 50s are considered hell levels, so therefore 54 and 59 are double hell. So it takes a lot to get through 54, and 59's a slog. The benefit of 59 on a Bard is you get your new AoE. So you get a little bit more, a little bit faster kills with that. And my lev is wearing off, which is expected because I've been kind of running on this for a little while. My goal is always to get the swarm done before lev wears off. Have had some resists on this, and I'm chit-chatting, and when I'm chit-chatting I'm not necessarily keeping my eye on what my damage looks like. So we'll finish off these 3 Raptors. I'm at 2%. I'm hoping to have it at 4% after these 3 are done. Ideally it'd be 5%, but I don't think I'm going to be getting 1% per on the Vicious Raptors with a hell level. So, we'll see here. Alright. %. 2%. I'm not seeing any skill ups. I may have peaked out, hit my instrument peak on post 50. He's got 7%, he's got 3%. I'll be able to get some weapon skills up at least. There we go. 3%. Ooh. So that's 1% for the 3 VRs. They are typically 2 to 3%, so probably going to be getting 4 to 5% per pull if I'm lucky. So we'll do some more videos later, but ding grats 54 for Nothingman. Alright, have a great one.